the place to be. All the buzz of Web 3 in your ears and free. From crypto coins to digital art, we're breaking down the projects that we want to work. Metaverse lands to explore. Avatars dancing on the digital floor. NFTs that glitter and shine. Bozo gives you the lowdown, that's fine. Bozo Radio's the show you know. Web3 wonders making your mind blow. From blockchain dreams to abstract streams. Bozo Radio's the thing you need.
Streaming now on Abstract. Please welcome Hendrix, Houdini, and Magicman to the mic. This is Bozo Radio.
What we think of that, huh?
What's up, boys? Welcome.
Hey, what do we think of that, Kaito? Come on now, give me some juice.
Bro, that was bad. I don't know who that was, but that was trashy bad. Like, it was good, but bad at the same time. You know what? it's like the cool thing that you cannot stop watching just because it's like so. No, I'm joking. It was cool. I really love. Who rapped? Was that AI or was someone?
No, that was Neo. Neo created
that was
that
Neo,
for me.
man.
Yo, Neo is killing it. GG, Neo.
Yeah, that man is cooking, brother. This man is cooking. Musta, how we doing, brother? Hey,
Hey guys, can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yes, sir. We can hear you loud and clear.
Great. Hey, I love the intro, man. I really loved it. Getting the vibes. So, fuck Kaito, man. It's good.
Exactly.
Yo, I say it was good. I didn't say it was bad. Hello?
No, but it's in the middle there, you know. So come on.
Oh no, it's good when something is like that. It's catchy like that. It's good.
Yeah, you were cooking us a little bit. Give us a little bit of credit. I mean, we're not taking the heat. Neo's taking the heat, not us. So it is what it is. Hey. we just use it. We just the podcast people. That's it. We don't create the videos, huh?
Guys, GG on your S-rank rules, Bozos.
Yeah, congrats, guys.
GG, man.
Yeah, GG. Thank you so much. And by the way, with all the asset that we have, like the graphics on X, like this video, etc., we have always graphics art and Neo cooking behind the scenes. So yeah, we had to push a big shout out to them because without them, it wouldn't be so much fancy, you know. So yeah, we thank them a lot.
I mean, even the background for Bozo Radio is made by graphics, and the one that's in the
shout out
background
to him.
is made by
My
graphics.
boy's doing everything for us other than modding for Loshmi server. So, you know, I love that.
Awesome.
And on top of
that's
that,
what the whole community stuff is about, right? Is helping each other out, and that's so awesome, man. It's so awesome.
100%.
Yeah, we love that. He was cooking with us, and even then we're like, look, bro, we want to like show off as much as possible. You like give you all the credit. And he was like, bro, I don't even need all that. Like, I just want to create for y'all. And I was like, well, we're still gonna do it, but thank you. So yeah, he's dope. He's cooking it. If he's in the chat, I'd love for him to hear that. But bro's really cooking it. So how we feeling today, Moose?
Yeah, boys, you got Kev. Bozo Kev says that he's in the waiting room. Needs to be accepted.
My fault, Kev.
The big man himself.
Hello, Kev. What's up?
Hey guys, what's going on?
What's going on,
brother?
Did you see?
Did you miss in the waiting room?
Did you miss the intro?
No, I saw it. It was awesome.
What you think?
It was dub. It was really dub.
So Kaito is just a hater. That's what that's
like you gaslighting me here. Like, guys, I say that he's good. It's good, but the rapper was not expecting that rap. That's the thing.
No, that's not what you said. That's not what I heard.
Love is tough, right? Like Kaito wants everybody always to do better. Okay, so it's coming from a good place.
Yeah, for example, look at Kev. He's always eating. I don't know what do you eat like every time that we are in a meeting, he's eating, bro. Like
cookies. I'm eating my son's cookies.
Nice one.
Hey, I respect that. I was just smacking down some rice cakes before we got on this anyway. So, hey, and then I always have one of these on deck, Coke Zeros, because you know your boy is hungry all the damn time. So, but hey, thank you for everyone coming up. It's truly an honor for you guys to show up. We love you guys, and we want to shout out Kev and Kaito and Musta. Thank you guys for giving us the S-Rank roles to keep it a band. We had no idea I know when you guys announced it originally, we were thinking like, oh, it could be Iron, it could be this person, it could be that one. Like we had no idea it would actually be us. So real big ups. I mean, Magic was even in the freaking call, and he was like, "Bro, why am I getting pinged 30,000 times?" I'm like, "Well, okay,
Yeah, man. I was like,
spamming, bro."
crazy.
Bro was going crazy. I was like, "Chill, fam, chill, chill." So
No, thank you guys for organizing it. It's been amazing to see you guys growing with us. You know, like you're one of the few people that are just like, we're taking action, we're starting to create, we're getting together, and I think that's extremely important because in the end of the day, as much as you're supporting Final Bosu and sort of growing this side brand, I think you're also building something for yourself that could grow into something bigger. And so, and just a shout out to Gradinsky. This dude is showing up in every stream, and I just saw that he tipped 2,000 Pengu to the show.
Man.
Damn.
whoa, whoa.
Thank you again.
How's for Gradinsky,
Thanks,
man?
man.
Yo,
Bro,
awesome.
big dubs, brother, big dubs. Shout out to that man. I remember when we originally talked about doing the podcast, I saw him in the Gen chat. He was like, "Everybody load up your Pengu." So I was like, "Oh, that's that man right there. He's a big supporter. I love him." So yeah, thank you for everyone showing up. We appreciate it. I know a lot of times when like this is a podcast, so we're not so much doing an interview; it's just discussion, right? And one thing everybody does when you guys are on stage is ask you about Final Bosu, this and that, how it started. Where we want to go away from that, right? Because I know you guys are probably tired of having the same questions over and over and over again. So instead of Final Bosu, our question is right here. Actually, it's your experience in Web3. How did that change and impact your personal life? Right, when back in 2021, 2022, I know you guys been around since the first bull. How's it changed and how's it impact your guys' life in Web3?
Yeah, I can go first. There's definitely like before this, I was doing so much client work all of the time, and I'm happy that I sort of stepped away from that. Even though I definitely felt blessed, like working with so many clients from all over the world and doing work for them. I think like working in Web3 has just been awesome, but as well in general, just it's kind of interesting because I have this whole life that my family doesn't know about, right? Like they're not in Web3, so I feel sometimes like I'm kind of like Spider-Man who lives like this double life in Web3, connecting with so many people, so many friends, and so I think that's really awesome for me. I've been in so many different communities, and in every community you get like different things. So it's been such a nice space actually. Feels like especially when I went the first time to NFT Paris. That was last year, I think. Was the first time that I saw people in real life, and then it became real, right? Like, wow, it's real people behind all these profiles. That made me so much more excited because it felt really like a big family. You know, we all have this. The thing I love so much about Web3 is really everybody's trying to create something for themselves or like make it out there, right? And I love that we're all this group all together just trying to create stuff, and it's so awesome. So definitely lost and made money both ends. I think we all there.
And you know what?
Yeah, man, I think we all have.
I'll agree with you. I remember my wife doesn't really know about Web3, and I was introducing her to it, and money talk. So I showed her my old profile, my old wallet because I don't have access to it anymore back in 2022, and I wanted to show her how I had invisible friends and I had made like 20K off of that, and it showed the total amount of the wallet, and it said total earned from that time was like 100K, and I said, where was that? Because I don't remember 100K. I remember specifically only 20K, and then damn near going broke. So I don't remember where that 100K went, but with the big dub came a lot of L's, and I'm sure you guys were familiar with DJing season. DJing season was a crazy one. So, but Musta, brother,
yeah, man. For me, it's bit different than Kev's approach, right? Because Kevin is really the connector and really the communicator in our company, so he's more engaged with that. For me, from the creative point, it's nothing changed that much because I'm really locked away. Like the whole COVID period when everybody was locked in, I was like, I'm doing that for like 30 years. Like it's normal for me, it's just in my cave and doing my stuff. But I think where things got interesting is where the community started to get involved with creation, you know, and when we on a Discord created also the board of Bosus and the quest, and Kaito was there. The whole interaction with community, that's what I love, you know. That's where I think there's a big difference between the Web 2 and the Web 3 movement. Yeah, that's where you can interact and just really utilize in all these creative minds and everybody that's thinking along in the same path. And that's just mind-blowing for me, because I've been, I think most of us, right, we've been doing jobs, 9 to 5s somewhere in some place, and then I have always had the mindset of creator or builder. And then you come up with these conversations with your colleagues, like, I'm doing this, I'm like, I had a period where I went for How to BAM on my YouTube channel, and I was like, I have these ideas and then this, and I want to create things. And they were like, "Whoa, bro, you already have a job. Why do this along the side? Isn't it time consuming?" But it's my mind. It wants to keep going. And I find here in this space that everybody is a bit like that. Everybody's trying to find like a way to make themselves useful, and that's beautiful, man. So I can interact with that a lot. I love that.
I would have to agree with you. I mean, Houdini and Magic can probably speak on it too, but you know, Web3 is a bunch of builders and business owners and innovators and entrepreneurs. So I agree with that 100%. I mean, I work a 9 to 5, or worked a 9 to 5, and bro, like during 2022, I remember I was at work and I was helping clients and stuff, and I'm sitting here and I'm just thinking about Web3, and I'm just like, dang, like this project, what can I do? And they're like, hey, I need you here. I was like, oh, my fault. It's like, I just wanted to be in that space, but I was like, I have to work, but I want to be in the space. So, you know, I feel that. Houdini?
Yeah, no, I totally feel what Mustayaki is saying, and I think on his side, what changed a lot from Web 2 is that here you have direct interaction with your public, and I cannot imagine how did you feel when you saw all these spin-off from the PFPs. Like, you made some baselines, and we know that you still have some in your bag, but from one day to another, then you saw maybe hundreds of people like building on top of that, and then spending times on your art and so on. So I cannot, I can imagine what the feeling is, because in Web 2 art, it's a bit different, I guess, to have feedback from the market, and to there is no channel to see what the people are building around your art, but in Web3 it's the case. So how did you feel about that, by the way?
It's kind of crazy, yeah, because actually now that you said it, like one thing, sorry to interrupt, like if I think of you, JJ, and back in the days and How to BAM or even Manga yourself, imagine like every client that you served would be like, yeah, but I've got this business idea for you, and I got this, and they're like brainstorming, like, what the hell? Every customer just starts helping and starts, involving themselves. It's actually crazy.
But it's so healthy, right? So healthy for creating stuff like together, like for your business, but also for other businesses. So it's so amazing. But yeah, I think I'm built different, like from a creative perspective, and I always say this or try to explain it in a bit like the things that I create don't really feel like I am creating them. I'm more like the messenger, it's so weird because I put all the time, I put the effort in there. I know that, but it's at the end when I see the result, it's like almost like it's not mine. It's like I pulled it from like this other realm of ideas and concepts and just bring it there. And yeah, I'm just a messenger. So when I see all these ideas and I see all these people creating these PFPs, which I really love, it's mind-blowing. I'm also like a bit of a fan. So I'm like, whoa, this is so amazing. Like somebody is creating this, but it's never felt like, oh, this is my stuff. This is everybody's creating my stuff. So yeah, it's a special, man. It's special to see that there's such a unified aspect or a concept that everybody can relate and rally on, and that's beyond mind-blowing, really.
It's actually called channeling. I know Anthony Robbins speaks a lot about that, like how when he goes on stage, like he's just going into this they call it, like a sort of channel mode or something, right? Where
flow state.
flow state. Yeah, flow state. I feel that as well when I'm on spaces often, but it's crazy that you experience it even with drawing on such a level. Yeah, interesting. Super cool.
Yeah, that's so cool. And a quick thing, because I've seen on X that people were chilling that the art from the community was so good that you may add some traits from the community in the art. Can we have this alpha right now, or is it still a bit secret?
Well, what we're always trying to do is find what works best. If there are traits in there that are really good, we would like to adapt that. But I think most and foremost is that we're always trying to look at the core concept of what FinalBosu is and how we can iterate that, or how we can utilize that. How can we bring these traits have sense in our world, in our story, in our lore? So if there are kind of powers like that for Naruto, for instance, like ninjutsu, of course we are not going to incorporate that, because that's their stuff, and that's what we see a lot in other collections as well, that they use or lend traits from other IPs, and we are really trying to stay away from that, really building our own story and building our own IPs and that. So it's a bit of what works best for the IP.
Yeah, and it's been interesting because there were a few pieces that were like, oh, that's interesting. How, and can we maybe add something to the collection more that makes those things interesting. Yeah.
I love that dedication, honestly. I think that's so cool.
Yeah,
because it's easy to take traits, right? But like to come up with your own and to try and get everything fresh that people have never seen before, I think that's a lot of dedication and respect.
Yeah, you also need a red line, right? You need somewhere to hold on to. And when we were in the 3 years that we were creating it, we were really finding our own North Star, as it were. What is it? What is FinalBosu, and how could it take shape? And before that, we were all the ideas we were throwing at the wall and see what sticks. But after we found what is FinalBosu and the concepts around it, and it became so much easier and faster to know okay, this is working or this is not working.
And it's still an evolving process, right? Because it's that's one thing I realized a lot from you guys when you were writing story, that I always thought writing story is sort of just writing it, but it's actually, what I realized a lot, it's actually discovering yourself, and you yourself discover the story, and then you put it on paper, sort of, if that makes sense. And it might sound very similar, but there was a big realization I had, and that you're trying to sort of spin stories as well, right? This is super interesting. We're not going to take, what do you like most about, I remember with there's one trait in the collection that we haven't introduced yet. I think I can just share it, and those are the visors, right? Those will come, are a big part of our universe. And it's for example, there's a big inspiration there of Dragon Ball, right? Dragon Ball, you have those what's the name of those
this Dragon Ball Scouts, right?
The
scout, like the power meters. Those are always always, but you don't want to take that concept and just implement that as it is. So once you start brainstorming and going deeper in it, it becomes this whole own thing, and then eventually it sort of integrates into the rest of the story. That's really where it becomes magical. Suddenly, wow, this is genius, And that's also something that I think the community has been super helpful with. For in that specific case, Joe Mango, right? He literally gave some feedback there that completely changed the whole direction for us on those things, right? And that's literally, without the community, we wouldn't have that feedback, and so we would have done our thing, and maybe 15 iterations further would also at some point come there. But now he was the one that then just gives that thing. It's pretty cool. Right?
Yeah, Kaito did a similar thing, with the visors also, right? We really want to implement the visor everywhere, and Kaito was like, I'm not sure. I think they look more cleaner if they're not everywhere. And we're like, okay, let's see what works. Yeah.
And one thing I wanted to say real quick, I heard you say, Moose, that I really love. You said a little bit back, as you said, you don't feel like the collection is yours. You feel that you're just a messenger of the narrative, and that is fire. I think that's important because you feel like you're just giving to something that's already there. and you're helping the development of it. So you're seeing it from an outside perspective. You're looking in, watching something grow, versus being like, no, this is mine. I take it the way I'm gonna take it. You're like, no, I'm just providing to this, and the way that it goes is the way that I'm gonna let it go. That kind of thing. That's a true artist. So I appreciate that a lot. To be real.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I think also this is really strange, but like the 3 years that we've been building, a lot comes down to having faith, you know, just letting go with the flow. Because Kevin went crazy a lot of times. Like Kevin is really needs to, because also because of his role, like from operational standpoint, he needs to know like where things are going. And when we were developing the characters, the main characters at first, I really knew like we need main characters because it's part of the story. Because we knew from back when we sold the first collection, we really dove into, okay, what is the company now? We have to know, like, settle the company, settle the brand, and we came up with the what's, the whys, and the hows, which is the golden circle, you know, of branding. And we were discovering what kind of brand we were as an archetype, you know, for you have like a jester or a hero type of company or a wizard, and all these archetypes that they have. We had like a crazy idea of this would be cool to get those characters or get these archetypes into characters as well. And we knew also that we wanted to be a storytelling company. And if you want to have a storytelling company, you need characters to give meaning to the story, right? So I knew from one point we needed characters. We need main characters to tell them, to make them relatable, to draw these emotions out for people. And yeah, we were working on them and developing them, and it seemed endless, you know. It seemed like one point, like months and months, and Kevin was like, "Where is this going? You know, I can't see like the end of it. What does this mean?" And then one time we branched off, do some other things, and then we came back again and really fleshed them out. And yeah, like I said in the beginning, it's really about following the process, like sticking true to the gut instinct, and just hope it works, you know. And yeah, 3 years later, everything falls so perfectly in place, and that's so weird. It's like it's all a big puzzle, and you have all these pieces, and you know you have to put them together, but it's all like doing it blindfoldedly, you know, just putting them in place, and just at the end you put it on, like it worked, you know. It all works out. It's complete.
Do you could you show like that character sheet you showed me the other day? I don't know if you have it access there, else maybe for another time. But when you were creating Let's Go and you had like 7, 8 different versions of him, can you pull that up?
Damn.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Dang. Some
Because
lore.
that's the crazy thing actually with Mustiaki is like, but when they was working on the characters, it was like, I need more story, right? Because at some point he needs to see the character in his mind and then be like, then it somehow comes to fruition, and then we write more story, give him more backstory, give him more personality, and it's like, okay, I think it clicks, and then he creates all these different versions. And yeah, I think when you see it, like for me, for us, it was instantly like, oh, that's Let's Go. Like we knew it like straight away, you know. It's like it was clear as daylight, and that's so funny because that has been, I believe, with like all of the characters almost like that's the one. Boo and Bear as well was.
Yeah, I did a lot of recordings as well. We at one point we will drop it, but this Let's Go is a really funny story because we wanted to document the whole process. You know, for maybe one time it would be handy and would be nice to share it with the community. So Let's Go is one of the characters that we really start from beginning to the end, follow the whole process in how we crafted his character. And I really drew like these 8 kind of, sure, you can see it here. Like these 8 kind of figures, like his head, different shapes. And more iterations, more and more and more. So I draw his face, I draw kind of hair types and all that stuff. And then I just go into sharing mode. Like, okay, Kev, yeah, I need your help, you know? What is a good idea? Like, what do you... I have like a gut feeling, like, I feel where it could go, but I need their confirmation as well. Like, if we all 3 are locked into the same character, then we know, like, okay, this is going to be it. So that's it's an iteration, and finally we get to this.
I love that. Side note: someone said when Murky said when Hendrix hair trait because all this damn hair. He said make it a ringer too. Shit, I mean,
This
make
is
it
a
all
one-on-one. This is a one-on-one.
It's a one. Yeah.
1-on-1. Yeah. Real quick, as like a tiny intermission, Kaito, I know you got a little alpha you want to drop for everyone today, specifically 3, but we'll go ahead and do 1 right now. So if you want to unmute yourself, you can talk about it.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about it, but I have to. Now, look, we have the first of the 3 S rank roles that I'm gonna drop today.
I'll drop a little.
I'm not gonna say it here. I'm gonna actually say it on the Discord chat. So look out for that in 1 minute.
Hey, so it's not gonna be here.
And the other two I'm gonna say them here. So that's we do a bit of like
okay, multi-channel.
We send some people over here. Yeah, multi-channel. There you are.
There you go, multi-channel. We love that. So to continue forward, what's it called? Magic kind of wanted to throw this in there, and I thought it was actually pretty cool because everyone's always questioning you guys, asking you everything about Final Bosu, your life, and everything. But we kind of wanted to flip it, give you guys the opposite role. Since we share a lot of time together with each other, we wanted to hit a reverse. And if you guys had any 3 of y'all had any questions for us 3, have at it, and we'll answer those questions. So you guys,
I got one.
Go ahead.
How the hell did you meet? Like this trio is it's so amazing, but so random at the same time. It's like me being inside on the team. Like I don't even know why, but like sit there. So it's how do you meet, guys?
It's the most random origin story, right?
Go ahead, Magic. Go ahead and tell it. Bro.
I can tell.
Okay, so for Hendrix, right? How I met Hendrix was actually through. It was just in the Gen chat, he just joined the server. I was just, as you guys know, like, I spent like, while I was like hard at it, before my work started getting busy, I was just always in the chat. So I was just always there with little, we were just talking. And then like Hendrix joined, and then we were just talking, and he said he was a personal trainer, right? So I asked him, I said, you know what, actually, I want to go to NFT Paris. It's like, help me get in shape, bro. He told me like, okay. So he created this X group chat, and then he added me in, and then a few other people were added in as well. And that's when he just said idea like, hey, do you want to do a podcast like a space together? And I had no idea who this guy was. Right, we hadn't talked before. We haven't spoken in real life before. But then we just decided, fuck it, let's do it. And then we brought Rudini on board. I don't know, like Hendrix, you want to carry a story? It was funny as fuck.
I mean, I was I went in there and I was like, man, how can I contribute to this project? Because the same way is like, I wanted to go back how it was in 2022. Like when I was working in Invisible Friends, I actually, just being a part of the community, I became a community mod for Invisible Friends. And I was working, one of my favorite, I know Kaito talked about his project that brought him into Web3 on X. Mine was Divine Anarchy. That was the one that I jumped into. I was like a leader of a faction. I was like part of the lore. I did all it because I was so in tune with them. Like, dude, I spent 2 weeks. I had COVID. I spent 2 weeks from nonstop morning to night just there. And still to this day, I talked to the developer, and he's like such a cool guy. But I came in and I was like, man, what can I do? What can I provide to the community? And I was like, well, my 9 to 5 is personal training. Let me provide some workouts to people and see if it works. And Magic was like, hey, bro, I'm trying to get in shape. I said, well, let's talk. And I was like, at that time, I was looking for things to join, and there was no spaces hosted by the community. There really wasn't any community events yet. And I was like, bro, what's going on? Why isn't anyone trying to diversify the community? So we was in chat with Magic, and Udini was in there as well. And I was like, hey, why don't we just hop in
Udini
space?
is like, he was just in the chat with us. I was during the days we were just fighting Kaito every day. Udini was there with us. Luther was there. All the old regulars were in the chat.
Yeah, because on my
Decided, fuck
it
it,
was it was during this vacation period, and I had a bit more time because I was also in vacation, and I was trying to provide value. But there is something, and you told about that Kev yesterday. There is a lot of contests, etc., relating to art in NFT projects. But I'm not an artist, and even if I try, trust me, you wouldn't see what I'm doing. Okay. And I was like, damn, I want to find something different. So that's why at the very beginning, I tried to do some cinematic trailer using AI tools and stuff. And then I know a bit of coding, and I was building this little game, the Flappy Bird style, and so on. And I guess that was the time where Magic Man and Hendrix just saw me, and they put me in this group. And I was like, okay, the first phase, I cannot do it with you because I just have to rush on this game because it's giving me a headache. I'm not a dev, but I'm trying. And then I told them, yeah, once this one is released, we can build together. And then we had also a bit of push from Mani and RK. So yeah, we found a great synergies around that. And from there, we had ideas, and then we stick to something. So yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
In my head, it was just pure alignment. It was like, what were the odds, right, that you actually met two other people who are in the same phase, joining Web3. Like, they think like, I wanna build something, I wanna do something, right? Especially, and all three of us have different backgrounds, right? So it's like Hendrix was a CM last time. So for me, I wasn't, in 2021, 2022, I wasn't super active within communities. But back when I found my old squad, right, I tried to start my own project, didn't get to launch because of bear market and other reasons. So it's like I came back, we just had this craving to build something. And just nice, all three of us, we just saw each other. It's like, okay, fuck.
Yeah, and I just I just want to give a big shout out to the chat because I'm not often on the abstract chat, but I've seen a lot of people typing. Thank you so much, guys. No remorse. Free payment. We see you, everybody. That's so kind. And we want to say something about this because all the tips that we get will be used to fund the Bozoradio podcast. And it goes from the verification on X to turning it into an IRL podcast. So we will build a bit of equipment also. So yeah, this is where the fund is going to be used. So yeah, thank you
we
so
have
much.
so much fun when it comes to doing these things, and I mean, dude, we like this morning we was on a call for like an hour and a half talking about how we can create Bozoradio to become an actual podcast company kind of thing, where there's brands and sponsorships, and we bring people from Web3 on and Web2, and allow people to get some recognition and have like some alpha and some insights, and just to have a great time. And like Udini's in Luxembourg, I'm in Brussels, and Magic is in Singapore, and
Yeah,
that's something the hardest part is getting him here. But yeah, we'll find a middle ground, rent out a studio, get equipment, and just like push for this. So yeah, we're just so excited. We talk about it every day, every single day.
I absolutely love it, man. It's very funny because we've worked so long on like the main characters and all of these things, and then like a couple months ago, we always ask ourselves like, what is FinalBosu? What is FinalBosu, right? Like, because it's harder than you think to define like what it is that you're actually trying to do, right? Like to have a vision and a mission, and yeah, we just kind of came to the conclusion that in its core, FinalBosu is actually this, right? Like community, like people coming together, and that should be it as well, because that's the only way to truly grow this brand eventually. And so yeah, I just love like I get goosebumps just from you guys speaking about it. I just love it. Like it's amazing. Yeah, it's just amazing to see that you guys are connecting with each other and then starting to build something. And literally, like against all odds, the sky is literally, so yesterday we wrote the sky is no limit even.
And there is also something on top of that, is that we also have you push on your side, because when we are trying to initiate something, you always show up, etc. This wouldn't have been possible without you helping us in a way. So this is also what I guess against all odds is about. Yeah,
And if there's any way that we can support you more, like just shout out, even if you want to get certain guests on that I might have access to, like, we're gonna get them on like 100%. I love that. What's sort of the maybe it's not even a good question to ask because you're just having fun in the moment and kind of I want to see where we can take this to, but maybe we shouldn't even go there and just have fun with everything,
I mean, we can always talk about that at a later time. And side note, Gransky and No Remorse, bro. As soon as we talked about how we want to make it IRL, them boys were like, "Yeah, we're gonna send 1,000 Pengu and 500 Pengu right there."
Oh, man.
So real, we appreciate y'all for real. And y'all gonna see it. Y'all gonna see. I'm telling you, with how everything's rolling, how the stars are aligning with everything. I would even say I don't want to put a timeline on it, but soon we'll be up in IRL. The next time we're on Abstract streaming, we'll be together in the studio.
Guys,
so
you guys are gonna be in Paris.
Yeah.
From what night?
Well, Odini won't be. He has to be in Canes.
Hendrik, you're there. Magic Man, you're there.
Yeah.
You're gonna be there. From what date are you guys there?
I'm landing. Okay, my flight currently is I'm landing on 12th and flying off on the 16th.
Okay. You, Hendrix?
Yeah. I have work on the 13th, but I have the 14th off, and I'm also talking on the Hapes panel at 2 to 4 on the 14th. So I'll be in Paris on the 14th from the morning to night.
All right, let's connect. Maybe we can do an in real life podcast there already. You can rent the studio and we can make it happen. It will be
Yeah,
cool.
let's go.
Let's cook. Let's cook. Sorry, Odini, we'll get you on camera, bro.
Yeah, of course, I will be there. Now, I'm at the World of AI in Cannes, south of France, because of IRL work. I'm deep involved in AI stuff, and it's the exact same day, like exactly.
Bro, you look. You don't have to justify yourself. You are very smart. Instead of like meeting Bozo Kev, you're going far away on the other side of the country just to avoid that. While me, I have to actually deal with Kev. I actually have to deal with Hendrix and with whoever Bozo will be there. So imagine. Thank you.
Yeah, bring some Red Bull with you, right?
This is why Kaito is getting a villain PFP.
Slowly.
But I made sure that that a lot of the bozos had because I got some nice deals with NFT Paris concerning the tickets. So yeah, I was the ticket provider for the bozos for
Nice.
NFT Paris.
Nice, man. Really awesome.
Yeah, I remember he was like, he DM'd me. He said, "Hey, bro, do you have your ticket?" I was like, "No, not yet. Why?" And he was like, "Just go ahead and put this in real quick." Just all smooth. And I was like, "All right." I put it in and it was like 0. I said, "Oh, shit." I got quick, like, super quick, bro. I said, "Wife, you want to go too? Let me get you right." So, yeah, shout out to that boy Udini for really blessing us with that. But yeah, like, since we'll see you in person, we'll tell you what we want to do with Bozo Radio as like an actual thing, but we're just gonna have fun with it right now, like you said. But any other questions from y'all before we move on to something else?
Yeah, let me get a question out. What's more related to FinalBosu? What are your guys' biggest challenges through life that you have? Like, what is your final boss?
You guys want to go first, or I go first? No matter.
Damn. I don't know, Udini, you got this one, man.
Yeah, okay. You put me in the south right now, right? No, that's fine. So is it like life relative?
Yeah, life related. Like, what is your biggest obstacles that you had to really push through? Maybe you even felt like giving up, but you still continued and
I guess,
went against all odds.
Yeah. So I had two different stories. I will just put them short. The first one is that for 16 years I was a motocross driver at a European level, and during one year before the start of the French championship, I just broke one leg, so the left one. And I was training the whole winter because the competition is during like spring, summer, and I was working during the whole winter, not going to birthdays, not going to party, not doing anything, like eating well, etc. And like few weeks before the competition began, I had this leg broken, so it devastated my year, and I was like, oh, should I quit? Do I yeah, do I need to do something else or whatever? It's painful, it's blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, okay, you are made for it, for that, you like that. So just recover well and then go back on the bike and just show them who you are. And the next year was the best year I had in competition. So it was a bit of like a spring for me. So that's the first one. And the second one, I told a bit about the company I built a few years ago in the ticketing industry. So the concept was pretty simple. In the ticketing industry, we had problem with ticket tracking, reselling on the secondary market, botted sales on the primary market, etc. And I knew blockchain because I was in the blockchain world for a while. And I was like, okay, what if we bring the blockchain technology to the Web2 actors of the ticketing industry and we just solve their problems, okay? And this journey was a bit difficult because before to develop something, I was contacting all the ticketing actors because they are not so much on the market, asking them, okay, if we do that, would you use it, etc., etc. And they said, oh, NFTs, we don't know, blockchain is complicated, and everything is related to cryptocurrency, etc., etc. And at the end, I was like, okay, now I have two solutions. Either I quit completely and I do something else, which is fine, or I will try to find one trick on the market which allows me to build this company. And what I've done, I was able to find a way to develop a plug and play solution for them, so they can still have their market, and the people using the tickets doesn't have to work with wallets and so on. And that's what we did. And the people who told me that, oh, NFTs, no, that's not what we will be using, were our client afterwards. And the first deal we had was with Fnac Darty, which is like a big group in France. And they were our first client at the time. So yeah, that's the second one.
Nice.
I love it, man. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah. Love that. Love that. Magic, are you ready or you want me to go, buddy?
I can go with mine. I mean, I'll try to keep it short, right? So, if you ask me what's my overarching final bosu in life, right? I think honestly, at this point in life right now, I'm what, 28 this year? I think I'm very familiar with failure, right? So, I mean, if you guys probably don't know, but in Singapore, I feel like, for the past 5-6 years, I just feel like I'm trapped in the system because, the Singaporean dream is like you get a normal 9 to 5 job, you just get a job, you buy a house, you find a nice wife, and you spend your whole life paying off your house in debt, and you're just completely in debt. You're just stuck in the cycle, right? And I can see this because I see how hard my parents work. So I think throughout my whole life, I've always wanted to retire them, get everyone out of this. Like, just fuck, man, I see everyone working so hard. It's like my parents are like almost 60, right? Still working. And that's crazy. It's like my mom can't even like walk properly anymore, but yeah, you still gotta work. So over the past 5 years, I think maybe I try to start like maybe 7 or 8 businesses, right? Including my NFT projects, which failed. I try to start a AI chatbot business. I did a travel company, logistics. All of them failed, but all for different reasons, right? So I guess it's like I've always had this crave to wanna get out of this, retire everyone I love, and that's basically my final bosu. Yeah,
I love it, man.
I love, yeah, pretty good,
Thanks
man. Thanks.
I love that. And before I go, Kaito, do you want to announce the next S rank?
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and give you a little drum roll.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. So the following, the chat is going crazy. I love that.
Do you have the drum, Hendrix?
Oh yeah, let me go to play the drum roll for you real quick.
All right.
it's the longest drum roll.
The following S rank rolls will be our boy graphics art. So GG to
Let's
graphics
go.
art.
That's the GOAT right there.
It's a goat, true goat.
That's the GOAT. Yes, sir. I know that boy going crazy because we talk to him like every day.
Mm.
So that I guess that just goes to show that your work.
I may have. Okay, this is so I'm gonna put the slow mode to 15 seconds. Like that. All right, cool. GG graphics art. If I able to give you the role right now, and the second one would be someone that we know very well as well. Our boy, le français, mon ami français, J2R.
Let's go, j'ai du zor.
Bien
Go
fait,
Jed.
bien joué, GG.
GG boys. Now we're not just talking to ourselves in S rank.
Thanks.
There you are. So
Nice.
GG, Jadazor as well. Well done. Now, I want to say something very quick. If you guys go and see the S rank announcement channel, probably we're gonna change the name. I don't like announcements. S ranks assignment. I don't know. I'm bad with names, but on the S rank announcement, which actually view as channel, each we're gonna communicate 3 S rank roles by 3 S rank roles, and each of them will receive obviously a special message because each of them have been chosen because of some reasons, right? And as I said, we're gonna choose one by one the S rank roles because we want to make sure that they go to people that actually contribute to their own paths, because it's not about FinalBosu only; it's also about you, and about getting somewhere in your life. And if you don't want to get anywhere, at least like spend time with some friends. But it's against all odds, right? So I feel like that whoever wants to be here with us is trying to get a better life or whatever they want, right? So yeah, I'm very happy. I know I don't sound like that, but but because I need to maintain my role until mint. Until mint, I need to maintain my role of filter and of Kaito, like the Snape in Harry Potter. So, but I really care. I really care of what's happening. I
It's
really
kind of
care
funny
of everything.
because every time we're on a call, like I always in the end of a call, I'm like, Kaito, thank you so much. I really appreciate your efforts. He's like, don't thank me, man. Like,
It's weird, bro. It's weird. Like, why are you taking
why?
me? Like,
I fucking appreciate you. And it's the same. Like even now when I
like,
listen to to the stories also of Magic Man, just the last one of I think that's also something we truly feel as a community. Like if we can create a network, an environment where we all uplift each other, support each other, and we all work together on our dreams, like you get a monster of a community, right? And that's like my ultimate version of Final Basu is where Magic Man turns around and says, "Guys, I've been part of the community now for a year and a half. I retired my parents. I went for it, whatever business that is. It might be under Final Basu, it might be his own business. I think that's the beauty. That's the core of Against All Odds, right? And it goes from within our community, but it also goes from without. Because if Magic Man has that story, guess what? His cousins, his family are also going to be inspired, and they're also going to feel the Against All Odds story, right? And they're also going to take more action. And in the end, this is our way of actually providing to humanity, right? I think that is the core essence of Final Basu. If we tell it through an anime, we tell it through an anime, but we can just tell it through Magic Man, right? Like that's the same in the end. So I love it, man. Thanks, and thanks, Kaito, for doing this. I think you're setting the culture really right in all of it. So just as
Yes,
a
thanks,
no,
thanks.
it's
We really
there
thanks,
is
appreciate
Kaito.
you,
That's
Kaito.
all. Thanks,
there is
Kaito. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Yeah,
Kaito,
yeah,
thank
yeah.
you, man.
Kaito,
We
we
appreciate
appreciate
you.
it.
So much,
look,
Katito.
look. I just want to add that we're gonna receive a lot of like negative comments. Because I like to be realistic. We're gonna receive negative comments from people that doesn't get the role, or people that are entitled and want the role and they're never gonna get it. And like, there is just one simple message. I don't give a damn, like completely. Like I don't care. I don't give a f. Just because things have been done wrong in this place in the space by so many projects building stuff and never like delivering culture, delivering like sub communities, subcultures, and building up like a real ecosystem. Like a few only did it, and we all know who they are. So we want to be one of those, right? We want to be one of those few that builds a real community. And real community is not roles, because roles, as soon as you as they expire, it expires also the belief of these people. Um, it's more commitment, right? Like to yourself in first place, and to the culture, right? So for example, you guys, like, for you, once you start this kind of thing, the streamings, it's gonna be hard for you to stop it, like, at one point, right? Probably after meet, it will be somehow probably less. You're gonna have less people joining the stream, probably in terms of visibility, but that's, fuck that. Like, it's not about that. It's about building a core around that and build opportunities around that, right? So, it's something that we believe in. I know that the ranking system is a bit like unclear for many, and that's how it was intended to be. It was A rank, B rank, S rank. You don't know. You have no idea what's happening. I have no idea as well. It's just living itself, right? Like it's a plant. We plant a seed, and the seed is like going in the direction that it wants. But we restrain it, so we have like full capacity to restrain it, to control it, at the same time to let it grow. Like the S rank roles that you got, guys, it's not random. Like, it's random, but it's not random, right? Like, it was intended to be that way. So for whoever is listening and doesn't have the role, and like, oh, Kaito, fuck you, like, you need to get me the role, like, what you're doing, like, f you back, like, not me, but food you. But just keep like pushing, like, just keep building stuff. Like Ion, for example, he got it because he created the Bozo Archives. Bozo Archives is amazing. Like, I got chills just thinking Bozo Archives. I got chills because it's storytelling. Probably 2 people read that, 10 people read that, 5 people read that, whatever. Like, whoever read that is a chat. It's a real Bozo, and I love to lose myself in these stories, in these words. And I'm sure that one day, when we're gonna hit mainstream, when we're gonna hit like the world out there, I'm sure that 100, 200,000 people will resonate with these stories that he's building, right? So it's all about that. Like, create whatever you want, but don't come to me like in the chat, like sharing me, yo, look, I put this poster here in the city, and I put this like in my sofa, and like, yeah, that's cool, and I love you, or having like ornaments of Final Boss in your hometown, region, whatever, like you want. But be also have some common sense, right? Like, you guys are doing streamings. It's beautiful because it brings awareness to us. It brings awareness to you. It's a win-win situation, and it allows you to grow as well. Bozo Archive is the same, Bozo TV the same, and a lot of like posts and threads that we see a lot. So it's about being smart, and we've seen like so many times, like, people like doing stuff that can do for any project. Just put the name Final Boss and that's it, right? That's why I'm a bit very much critical. That's why sometimes like people is like, oh, this and that, and I'm never gonna be scared of replying back. We grow with feedback, we grow with critics, but be mindful
think,
that it won't be easy.
one thing is interesting, actually, because if I think back of the days that I was doing marketing, right, and I was trying to find clients, like in the beginning, I was literally walking into every single restaurant, just pitching the owners, getting clients in. Then I learned how to get leads online, and I was starting to work with restaurants in England, in America, and Australia, from all over the world. And we were always doing like email marketing, but even direct outreach through Instagram DMs and Facebook. And the one thing I learned there is that the more sort of out of the box approaches we were going to take, right? You wanted to get creative, the better attention you get, because in the end of the day, those restaurant owners got thousands and thousands of people like me every single week reaching out to them to do business. And so I was in the game of, how do I stand out? How am I going to be different here? Right? They would, if I would just send a no, but I can help your restaurant, they're like, okay, well, I don't care. Right? And so I think that actually this is something very, very similar. And the real way of getting to those restaurant owners was by going inwards and by trying to get more creative, coming up with out of the box ideas, making a personalized video and sending to them, put a lot of time and effort into it. It was those things that eventually got their attention. And it's the same in this space. You guys get our attention. Why? Because you're creating a podcast, you're hosting these weekly spaces, you're showing up, you're DMing me, like you're on top of it, right? And not only just to get to me, but to create something for yourself so that you can grow and at the same time grow us. And it's a perfect combination. You give and you take. And so automatically you demand our attention. Like I automatically want to help you guys, right? Because you're giving to us. So I want to give back. And I think that's the mindset that people need to be having. You can create an AI picture in a second and post it and say, I'm for Final Bosu. Like, everybody can do that very fast, but it's not going deep within, right? You have to look at yourself. What am I good at? Or what do I want to become good at? And then I love the approach
Yeah,
so
really quick to touch up on that. I always compare it like if you're a community that's built from nothing, just try to compare it with you have a piece of land and you go there with people and you start building a village. You start building things out. If you just start building at your own doorstep your own kind of commercial thing, like, oh, watch me, look at me, and yeah, it doesn't serve the community. So if you're building in town hall and you build like a community center and you build a shop and things for really expanding the community, that people can have something and be of use, that's what how you should think about it, I think.
Yeah, and even the competition yesterday, right, that we launched, we already got like 40 submissions, right? And it's a good example because about 15 of those submissions, I scrolled quickly through, we're going to do later a deep dive into this, but about 15 that I counted so far that are literally like 2 lines. I have an idea to open a cafe for FinalBosu. That's the line, right? Like that's the business idea. Like, obviously, if I read that, I'm not going to be like, oh, wow, what a business idea, right? Like, I'm not getting convinced. It's not to talk bad to them, but you clearly didn't put like a lot of effort into putting that sentence there, right? Everybody can post that. Then I open another one. I don't know if you guys have saw that one, but somebody, I think it was Eruch, or I don't remember his name, but he posted like the 8-week fitness program of FinalBosu. And he built it up in different threads with like different ideas and why it fits to the, that it's an app. Because within the app, you can create a growth path, and then each growth path is going to have a different. I'm like, this is it. Like, this is what I'm talking about. He's put effort. He's connecting the stories with each other. He went outside of the box, right? And that's exactly what we're looking for. For me, this is like, all right, if I can just fuel you and I can support you on your journey, and you're actually genuinely interested to go and build that, like, and we work together on it, like, that's when something magical can happen, right? So. Yeah,
I agree. I guess you could say that you could tell the difference of who has passion for it and who doesn't. If you have passion for it, I mean, I'm sure I know who you're talking about, and I've had conversation with him too, and he's really into sports and fitness. Nice. So he has a passion for fitness, and he's using what he loves and combining it with FinalBosu, and that's what's highly important. I've seen the one about the cafe too. It's like, okay, great, that's a cafe. I mean, someone opened up a burger joint for Bored Apes, but I'm sure they just didn't say, oh yeah, we're just gonna open a burger joint. They had a full breakdown of everything.
Yeah, exactly. And we don't need that, right? Like, also for this competition, just to put it out there, we don't need like a full business plan and this is how I'm going to make money and this is how much profit I'm going to make within the first 3 months, think the whole thing out. But you want to just put enough in, so at least when the team sees it, we're like, oh, that's interesting, right? Somebody took one step further, did put a little bit more of effort into it. The further you go, the more you will just convince us, right? And if you find it worth it, I think ultimately it's also a test. Like, we want to wake up the Bosupreneur, the entrepreneur within them.
Bosupreneur, okay, that's the fine one. Yeah. And on top of that, I would recommend the people listening to us that to connect with others, because together with few people, you have a more idea, more workforce also, because most of us have IRL job, etc., etc. And because, for example, on our side, it's because we are 3 that we can push so much and create so much. And you have also people behind the scene, like graphics art, Neon, etc., etc. It's the same for Bozo TV with Jedizor. He was at the initiatives, but then he linked with Zyric, etc., etc. So just link with people you feel you have a feeling with, and start from there, because sometimes it's also a bit more difficult to build something together alone, than together. So that's also a path.
I agree. And just real quick, go ahead, Kev.
No, yeah, I just love it. Even for Hendrix, man, like, I'd love to, if you are going to do it or somebody else within the personal growth space, like, how awesome would it be if there's like a personal growth themed program for FinalBosu that's just training all the bosses within the community. And, after 3 months, we're getting to see these pages, like all the bosses that we're becoming like, let's set a goal, let's become the fittest community in Web3. We're just posting like videos after transformations, all the bosses are training because of this teamed Bozu program that is there. And, in the end, if you can make money off it and we're training so many people, like, how awesome would that be? Like, I just love that world where we can all live within this universe and expand it and blend like the digital with Let's Go and Boo and Beer and all the Bozus, and the physical world where we are right, as real people, and have this ultimate blend. That's the vision, and that's FinalBosu in its ultimate form.
It's funny that you bring that up because I don't know if you guys seen the rest of our name on servers. We got together with people from archives and from TV, and we created a thing called Red Rising, which Red Rising is a group of creators and leaders within FinalBosu to help other people create and develop their own story within FinalBosu. So yeah, if you look at some people, you'll see Red Rising, and that's the group that we created. So essentially, it's something like that. It might not be fitness, but it's a group of people that are already creating, already have somewhat of a name in the space within FinalBosu and Web3, and we're able to help others achieve that, make their dreams something and their passion. So yeah, we started that like 2 days ago, which is crazy. Crazy.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I would love that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
We still have to hear your story.
Oh yes, Hendrix against the odd story. Let's go.
All right. So my final boss is one word, and I'll get descriptive on it or in depth on it. It's passion. Okay, I've told Odini and Magic this. I come from California. I played college football, American football, 14 years of my life. I went to college for it in Colorado. I played overseas in Mexico, and I thought football was my final stop. I thought I was going to go, whether it's overseas or in the NFL, and live that life. Is what I dreamt of since I was a kid. And I got to Mexico, and I played one season, and I realized it wasn't what I wanted. And when I came home from that, I lost passion for everything. And when I was trying to find it, I got signed to a model agency, and I thought that was my passion. And I worked with like Nike, and I shot for other campaigns, and I was like, oh, this is dope. Not really what I still don't have a passion for it. Fitness, I wanted to do the whole fitness content creation thing and things like that. Not because I love fitness, but I didn't love it to an aspect of where it became a passion. And then working in certain businesses with marketing or AI or anything else, like I thought I had a passion for, even content creation, because my wife, she's a content creator in Europe, and I thought, maybe that could be something I could do too. And we talked about it. I still don't have passion for that either. But one thing that I found to have passion for is Web3, and it's weird. It's weird. They say you find it when you're not looking for it. And in 2022, I was going full head of steam. I mean, I was growing my following. I was working in projects. I was having a great time. I was coming with a name, and some things happened in my personal life where I just detached from it and left. And at the time, I was like, yeah, I'm just trying to get some money, run up some bands. And I didn't realize I actually had a passion for it. At the time, I thought it was just, I was excited for money. And it wasn't that like a couple months ago, before, I think it was December, I was sitting there and something came on my phone about crypto. And I was like, oh yeah, crypto. Maybe I should throw some money in there on like a meme coin or something like that. And so I joined back on my old Twitter I used to use back in 2022. And I started seeing all these projects and things like that. And I was like, well, maybe I can dip my foot back into these things. And it just sped up to where we are now. And I realized that football wasn't it. Modeling wasn't it. Content creation wasn't it. Working a 9-to-5 wasn't it. Fitness wasn't it. Building something greater than myself is what it is. And I think that is what Web3 is about. Being a part of something that creates something bigger than yourself. That's where my passion resides. So I think that's my final boss, is just really creating something or being a part of some kind of creation that I can really say I had a hand in it, and I get to see other people grow. And that came from when I was playing football. It wasn't the glitz and glamour. It wasn't the millions of dollars that I was striving for. It was to go to a game about to play and look into the audience and see a kid wearing my jersey with my last name on it. That was my motivation, is changing someone's life. I watch all these like documentaries and stuff of people talking about like Kobe. Kobe was a big person for me, and seeing so many people who are like, bro, I live and breathe Kobe. I was like, I want to be like that for someone. I want to show someone to motivate them to do something that they think they can't do. And I found in Web3 that's definitely a possibility of something I can do and share this story. So yeah, that's it. That's my final boss.
Awesome, man. Thanks for sharing. Yeah,
thanks for sharing, man. Beautiful.
Of course, bro. As you can see, I got hella passion for this. So yeah. Yeah, and big shout out to my wife. I mean, I'm pretty sure she's watching because I sent her the link. She's out with her sister, but she's the reason why I put so much into this. Because yes, sometimes she doesn't understand what Web3 is. She told me one thing that really stuck with me. She said because she started her content creation about 2 years ago, and her mom didn't believe in her friends didn't believe in her. She was alone. She just moved from South Africa to Belgium, and people didn't believe in her until she was working with Dior and Gucci and Burberry and going to Paris Fashion Week, and now like getting paid big bucks for posting. Now they believe in her, but they didn't believe in her back then. So she told me when I explained her what this, she's like, babe, I don't understand it. I don't get it. It's not bringing you money. I don't understand. However, nobody believed in me when I was pursuing it 2 years ago. So if you need anyone to believe in what you're doing, I will be that person for you. So that's what keeps me motivated. So for real, shout out to her.
Beautiful, man. That's
Hendrix can't be doing this. If my wife is watching right now, then I didn't give her a shout out, then she'll kill me.
To all the
Bro is
wives.
setting the standard. Bro is setting the standard so high. Your husband is a bozo if you're listening.
Yeah, hey, Miss Magic. Hey, he does this for you too. Trust, he does it for you. He loves you. He loves you.
Against all odds, this is what it's all about.
Yeah, my girlfriend actually asked me a whitelist, and I told her no. and that was funny. She
That's
texted
the
me on
way.
Twitter.
That's the way.
Look, it's a true guys. It's a true story. Like it may seem crazy, but it's a true story. She texted me on Twitter and was like, "Why you text me on Twitter? Like, just text me on WhatsApp." And she's like, "Yeah, but look, I've actually seen you with FinalBosu on the post, like that you are giving like the roads, but am I gonna get any?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Yeah, I want to mint. I want to make money." I'm like, "You are trying."
The guy could just lag out.
He's so mad.
The Wi-Fi.
She unplugged the Wi-Fi.
Did I rock?
Nah, you ain't go cook me.
Yeah, you're right.
Did you hear that? Can you hear me?
Yeah, now
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, we can hear you now. You disconnected when you were talking about your girlfriend. She was actually
Where did I stop?
right when she said she DM'd you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the whole
she
cursing
DM'd me,
part.
so-
The whole
Come on,
cursing
Mark.
part.
Yeah, there you are. Exactly. She DM'd me and she's like, she wanted to flip on me. Like she was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna mint. I want to mint. I want to make money. I study at university. I need to make money." I'm like, now you think about that. So I was like, no chance you're gonna get it. And she's like, "Why?" I'm like, no chance. It doesn't work. So for whoever is listening, I don't even give it to my friends. Like imagine, like how MFR I'm being. And, be very strict on
That's
that.
true, champ. Yeah, man.
I imagine if he's not even giving it to his girlfriend, hey brother, if you ain't
Bro, I
doing
don't
nothing
care.
about
It's
you,
I may
you
be single. I may be single at the end of this. I may be
Exactly.
single at the end of this all. I don't care. Like we need to
It's hard.
succeed. Bro.
You are
that
becoming a
also
final
means
boss.
yeah, that also means don't show up to NFT Paris and see guys will be like, hey bro, I love you, let's get a coffee. Hey, let me get whitelist. No, bro, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work, fam. Trust. So yeah, so
No, it won't. You can actually also. This is for everyone that's gonna be in Paris. You can also like steal me, kidnap me, like do whatever you want. I'm fine with that. I lived off the street, so I'm fine with that. But remember that if you do that, I don't have money to give you, and nobody gonna pay shit for me. So it's on you. It's on you. You will need to feed me.
literally. It's okay. I mean,
No,
guys,
joking. But I can wait to meet everyone in Paris. It will be fun. I'm completely up for a coffee. And if you guys are gonna be at any other event, let's just organize and we can go all together. There are many events. Azuki is having an event. Persona is having an event. And how many more cap? Like they're actually all in the same day as well, right? Like that's the problem. Like everyone.
Yeah.
Apparently
Respect,
nobody
respect,
could.
right?
Yeah, apparently nobody could secure the avenues for some Valentine, which is fair. I mean, Paris, some Valentine shops, they make more money with tables of two rather than group tables, right? So yeah. Anyway,
yeah, I feel that. Right, so just a quick announcement: the podcast will be ending in about 15 minutes ish. We're gonna hit the hour and 30 mark. For one, two, if you don't follow our X page, the Bozo Radio, by all means, go to it because how else are you gonna see our streams? That's where we're gonna post it. You know what I'm saying? So go over there and do that as well. So Udini, do you want to give Musta some questions that we already have listed? Do you want to drop one of those on him
Yeah,
specifically
of
for
course.
Musta?
Yeah, of course, of course. And just one thing about the Bozoradio, it's also the page where we are dropping all the whitelist that we will be giving with other projects that we contact, etc., etc. So better to be connected there. And yeah, Mustayaki, as we are blessed to have you today, I wanted also to ask you something because I was talking about AI just before. Do you, in your opinion, do you think that AI will help or will kill or may kill digital artists in the long run? What's your thought about that?
It's a good question, man. I think it's a matter of perception, because for me, as I worked before FinalBosu, I was working for Manga Yourself, my own company, drawing people into anime characters. If I would continue that job, it would be eventually, if not now, be obsolete. It's AI could create that. And I was, in fact, before AI really blew up, I was approached by per email by a company that really had that idea as well. Like, we could throw in your drawing style and we can create some new things out there, and you don't have to do the job anymore, and it will all be automatically. And I was like, yeah, but it's about the genuinity, about really that authentic style of drawing that you will miss, because that's what I'm all about. Eventually AI will take over. That's a given. That's a no-brainer. For any job, I think for most jobs, maybe even there are more of physical jobs like a barber or whatever kind of jobs, then you need robots for that, and those will also come. But we, as FinalBosu, we have also had a challenge of, okay, we're doing art, we're doing the digital creation, we're doing into storytelling. AI will also be taking over at one point, but I think it's, like I said in the beginning, it's a matter of perception. If we created some shots with the help of AI, and I think that's where the beauty comes in, is where if you are in charge and you use AI as a tool instead of being worried that it will replace you, then it can be very beautiful. And we've been in talks with another company in Japan for things, and in the long run that will also have to do with AI and stuff. And I think eventually, yeah, like I said, it's inevitable, that AI will take over. But it's how can you try to make your job better out of it? And I think that has to come with change. You have to evolve with it, because if you stand still and you stay the same, and you be the artist as you are, and you try to draw things, yeah, everything is great. It will be good. It's your artistic feeling, it's your artistic flow, it's everything you do, but AI can replace it. And then it comes to the fact of, does it matter? And to touch upon that is, I don't know if you see the clip when Matrix the Fourth, when they tried to reboot it, came out. Keanu Reeves did a little interview with a kid, and he was trying to explain to a kid what Matrix was about, right? And then he was trying to tell the plot, like, it's about this world and it's about real and not being real. And she was like, what does it matter? And that made him think, like, oh, she doesn't even care if things are real or not. And that's where we're going to eventually come up with, or land into. Is like this whole virtual world we were creating with AR, with VR, AI, robots, everything will come and melt at one point. And yeah, it doesn't matter eventually. And I think it's our mindset as human beings, and especially in our age. I'm 42, you know, I'm from back in the 80s and stuff. And our moral values were really about hard work and sticking to you have to work hard so it pays off. But that doesn't even count anymore in these days. You know, you can easily make money in different ways. And that's also a bit about adapting, changing that mindset. And that will also be for AI. It's like we all have to change in that mindset. Like, doesn't matter eventually if it's real or not. And that's a scary place. And I can understand that it's frightening and that it's, because we are tended to, when things are changing, it changes our identity as well. It touches on that. And that's something we try to stay away from. But it's against all odds, right? We have to evolve, and we have to try to find a way of making it work.
Yeah, I really like this one. Kev, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I think in the end of the day, it's like adapting, right? Like even with my agency in the past, like in the beginning in the marketing world, Google was like the biggest thing, like doing SEO and things like that. Google Ads was massive, and then Google Ads became super expensive, and the agencies that built the whole business around it, if you continue on the same path, you would lose, right? And so you can either be like, okay, I'm going to continue pushing this, or look at what's the next thing we should innovate on and move towards. And then Facebook and Instagram were in the upcoming, right? And now TikTok ads are like really popular and very cheap, actually. And so I think it's with everything in life, right? Like you need to adjust. And I think as humans, we're actually really, really good at that. Like in any circumstance, we can adjust and do, but it's a mindset in the end of the day. I think that a lot of people have this complaining mindset, right? Everything is happening to them. Like, oh, my life is so shitty because this is happening, instead of that they stand up, right? And they're like, listen, I'm going to take control and ownership over my own life. You cannot control everything, right? That's the whole thing. Like you cannot control everything. You can only control what you can control. And if you take responsibility and ownership over those things, the outcome of your life is going to be so much better. Like always.
Yeah, I really, we feel the against all odds behind what you said, Kev and Mustayaki. And on my side, because I also have, because I'm deep involved in AI, and I'm also seeing people like fear about AI in every domain, like coding, artists, etc., etc. But in my opinion, it's like, okay, look at AI in a way. Like, ask yourself a question: how can this empower my past? That's it. Just use it, test it, build with it, and if it doesn't work, then just throw it. But how can you be empowered by the new things coming up?
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, one thing I can share is this has really those two sides to it, right, JJ? With that thing you spoke about, the Japanese company, there's one tool in there that basically allows us to train some of our character models, right? And so let's say we train the system on Let's Go, then the system will know perfectly how to draw Let's Go. Any person that can kind of sketch can basically use that then to have Let's Go in any kind of position there very fast, right? And so you could say like, but I would, if I would do that, I'm like, guys, like I'm if you see my drawings, I'm like the opposite of how great Mustayaki is in drawing. I'm that worse, right? Like completely spectrum the opposite. I would be able to draw Let's Go with a tool like that, but it doesn't mean like if you give me a pen and paper, I would still be able to draw it, right? And so there's certain things you can and cannot do. It's an interesting one, guys. I got to bounce. I just wanted to thank you all for hosting this. It was awesome hanging out with you. Really enjoyed this.
Thanks, Kev.
Thank you for showing up, Kev. We appreciate it a lot.
Of course.
Appreciate you coming, man.
See you in a couple days. See you in Paris.
See you in Paris, brother.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, guys.
Musta, I gotta ask: is there any? Because we got about 5 minutes left. Is there any trait you could a little sneaky peeky on? It could be a common piece.
No, man. No. I have to be straight. I have to be Kaito. No, I have to be Kaito.
Okay, but can we know if there's any spirits? Are we just
any spirits
abolishing it?
Well, there will be some kind of types that are a bit in every collection you have these like rarities, right? So yeah, that's what I can say is like, yeah, we also have like rarities in our trades.
Okay.
No, Magic Man, don't put pressure, Magic Man. Don't put pressure.
It's okay, I won't.
No, that's
I bet it'll be something like holographic.
Ask whatever you want. I'm here. No worries.
We'll shut it down immediately. Like, yeah, no, bro.
Yeah, I have one question for you, Mustayaki. If you were able to collaborate with any other Web3 or not artist on a piece of art, who would it be and why?
Whoa,
nice question.
That was a good one.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it can be anybody.
Yeah, it's I think it would be outside of Web3, to be honest. I think that we still have to do a lot of work in Web3 to raise the bar, to have it even more to standards of Web2, you know. Even from ourselves, we really have to raise that bar, push it further. And that's not neglecting or bringing thought to anyone in Web3, because I think they're amazing artists there as well. But I tend to look at things that push forward and give meaning. You know, I really like to, because that's what Kevin was saying as well with Let's Go. If I'm stuck with a character, that's because I don't understand the character yet from its core. It's not like I have to see it in front of me yet, but it's more like I have to understand what drives him, what is his personality trait, what is the core motivator of what he does. And it's like a bit of an energy that I need to find, and then it lands, and then I can go, then everything falls in place. So it would be an artist that would be in line with that. And I think there's only one person that comes to mind, and that's Hayao Miyazaki, you know, from Studio Ghibli. I think that's he's almost like my mentor without him knowing. You know, he's my master. It's like he's for me is like the pinnacle of art and anime itself, and the way he looks at anime itself. Like he's very harsh on the whole industry as well, right? He doesn't like AI, or he doesn't like all these artificial stuff being created, or that was mindless anime. And I think he doesn't even like most of the shonen anime that's out there. I think he's really about exploring what art can be as a medium, or what art can be in the medium from what anime is. And that's what I would love to develop further. Not even the style, but understanding like how his whole process and how his whole in tuning and fine tuning of his way of creating art is. I think that would be it.
Yeah, I love these insights, and it makes total sense with the vision and how you will be aligned with it. That's powerful. That's powerful. If you want, the community can push to try to have it somehow.
Sure.
We'll get him somehow. We'll get this collab to happen.
That was so clean. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, brother, we appreciate it. I just want to give I saw my boy, and I want to give a shout out to Exceed, who's creating Gaze. Gaze is a banner project, and he's been doing it for 3 years as well. It's gas, brother. It reminds me of Midnight Breeze, but better. So, yeah, I got to give him a shout out. But hey, that's my boy. It's my boy.
Bro just dropped the. No, respect for them all. Obviously, Exceed, and the Kaza community. By the way, we did a cross community activation, so we're gonna have some new A rank roles coming from the Case community, which is great.
Cool.
Yeah, but shout out also to Midnight Breeze and Case. Like they all pushing the new narrative. You know, I just actually answered a guy like, because I like this topic, because like in Web3s, I know we're gonna close now, but like someone said on Twitter, like, oh, just another for FinalBosu, just another wannabe Azuki, right? And I replied underneath, which you don't have to reply, community. Don't waste your time on this. I just wanted, like, I was chilling, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna reply. Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm gonna reply. Is Naruto, actually, is Attack on Titan another wannabe Naruto, right? Like, how does that sound, right? Like, so when you hear this kind of stuff, which you're gonna hear, it's always good to understand that it's just people that don't do their own research and stuff, and that is absurd to do not allow other creators around us the same culture. But anyway, one love. Thank you so much for the streaming, guys. Keep cooking.
Yeah, man.
And if you need any help with links to link up with other builders in the space, just let us know, and we can put you in contact with some people.
Yeah, we would love that. We love to bring as many people on here and get chatting up and explore everyone who's a builder in this community. So appreciate you, Kaito.
Yeah, if you want any other team members or stuff like that, like just hit me up.
Got you. We'll do.
Houdini
Appreciate
is
you coming in. We got to close it out here. This is real. And everyone who's watching, thank you for showing up. Like I said, next Wednesday will be next one. Wednesdays and Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. EST will be hosting this. So this is it. We're signing off. Ciao.
Sir. See you boys.
Thanks
Thanks
so
for
much,
coming.
guys.
Ciao. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.